Shohei Ohtani, the Kevin Durant of Major League Baseball, on a super team carried by two World Series winning MVPs before they joined Los Angeles, is going to win World Series MVP. Now, Shohei Ohtani equals the Mariners in the cipher 58, and Shohei Ohtani equals the Mariners in Seattle, Washington. So this World Series is revolving around Shohei Ohtani. He is going to win World Series MVP. Cal Raleigh against the Japanese superstar Ichiro Suzuki, the best Japanese player before Major League Baseball. Before it got Shohei Ohtani, he's the best Japanese player in Major League Baseball. And he was admitted to the Mariners Ring of Honor this season, number 51. The Dodgers is 51. Ichiro is number 51. Ichiro is 37 and 55. Suzuki is 37 and 55. 37 would simply be Los Angeles. 55 would be the LA Dodgers. The LA Dodgers is 62. Ichiro 62. Yeah, he is number 51. He is 51 years of age. Obviously, that 51 is the Dodgers' gematria. He was elected to the Japanese Hall of Fame, and he was inducted to the Hall of Fame on July the 27th. That was the day he was inducted to the Hall of Fame, Ichiro, to the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. So the same season that the best player in Mariners history gets inducted to the Hall of Fame, they make it to their first ever World Series. Could this be a Mariners 4-1 scenario? Win the World Series in your home field? Could they win the American League in that amount of time later? I would say it's kind of revolving around Game 1 of the World Series. That I believe Game 1 is going to be on the Saturday the 25th. 90, 91, 13 weeks later, and they included LA is 13. What about M's gematria? Well, first of all, funny how the M's is gematria of Game 1 on the 25th day. The M's is gematria of 70. 70 is your Ichiro Suzuki. And he did play for the M's. Cal Raleigh had such a historic year that at the end of this, his birthday comes later in November, but could the Mariners make it to the World Series in front of their home field, by winning the Game 4 and Game 5? The LA Dodgers is 55. Ichiro Suzuki, 55. Raleigh equals the 60 home run season, completely rigged scripted season, exactly 60 home runs. Raleigh's name gematria of 60. And obviously his name equals Japan. So we have a little narrative right there. Cal is 16. The next Japanese World Series MVP is going to be Shohei Ohtani 16 years later when he edges out Cal Raleigh for the World Series. Although you have to be wary of the 4-2, I think the World Series ends in 6 games. It should end in 6. I think the Dodgers against the Seattle Mariners World Series will end in 6 games. Always be wary of the pennant series. If it goes back to Toronto, it's possible. But Ohtani's going to commemorate Ichiro by being the World Series MVP. Commemorate Ichiro's induction to the Hall of Fame. So this World Series is going to end on Halloween. 26 days before Raleigh's birthday on the 26th. Suzuki 26. The World Series is going to connect to Ichiro's induction to the Hall of Fame. And the season is over 3 months and 4 days after Ichiro inducted to the Hall of Fame. So I see here it'd be his 52nd birthday. He was 51 for much of the season. Which there's not much 34 to decipher because it is Mariners at Gematria 43. What loss would this be in the history of the Mariners? I think that's a better indicator. So okay, ALCS 24. They have 25 losses. Could they enter the World Series with the 26? They'll get the 6-5. They'll fall to 6-6 like title. Japan is 30. So maybe the Mariners lose one more game, and then the Mariners, they're going to lose the World Series for their 30th win all time in the history of the team. That is what would happen if they do book their ticket to the World Series in a Game 6 at Canada. We could see Sunday baseball yet again. We can see a Sunday game. The Mariners will have to go to Canada to book their ticket to the World Series. I think it makes more sense for the Mariners to lose their 30th playoff game against number 30 Dave Roberts, Japan, descent, half black, half Japanese. So this is gonna be the underlying theme is surrounding Ichiro Suzuki's birthday. Or not his birthday, rather the induction to the Hall of Fame. So his birthday, the clinching day is the 19th, the 19th day of the month. The Mariners booked their scripted ticket to the World Series. Seattle is Gematria of 19. They'll book their ticket on the 19th day of the year. I really don't see any 84 Gematria at all. This Ichiro Suzuki 74. I like the playoff record to be 7-4 when the Mariners booked their scripted ticket to the World Series. Seattle is 82. What did we talk about with 82? Well, who knows if that clinching day ends up being the 17th. If they do end up getting the job done in front of the home crowd, They could book their ticket to the World Series 82 days later, and it would just be 29 losses in the playoffs. Those are the two scenarios, how they stack up by the numbers. Clinching day to Cal Raleigh's birthday. So either the 17th or the 19th. Seattle's 19, 1 month, 9 days before Raleigh's birthday. That's plausible. It makes sense. You can't go wrong with the 1 month, 9 days, especially if the series 3-2. If it's Sunday, then Ohtani's number 17. He would make it to the World Series 1 month, 7 days before his birthday. Now, the 40 days would probably make more sense because the LA Dodgers is Camacho 40. So I would like to stick with the 82 days from the day that Ichiro was inducted in the Hall of Fame. The World Series is going to end on Halloween. It's going to end on Halloween. The Dodgers win the scripted championship on Halloween. Showtime Ohtani 66. Mariners fall to 6-6 in the World Series when they lose against the Dodgers. So the Dodgers are the home team. 2-3-2. Dodgers clinch in front of the home fans in Game 6. 31st day of the year, Ohtani wins World Series MVP. Clinching day last year to the day that they clinch this year. Yeah, 1 year, 1 day, blah, 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 blah. That's how it is.